Hey, this is Ramon, channel it's Alpha 4. Welcome back to my Bible study. We are doing Revelation. This is chapter 7. We're going out of the Revised Standard Version this time. I know this is a lot of Catholics' favorite translation of the Bible, so here we go. After this, I saw 4 angels standing at the 4 corners of the earth, holding back the 4 winds of the earth, that no wind might blow on the earth or sea or against any tree. So some people see in this the idea of, or the vision of the earth as being an altar, as an altar toward God or an altar of sacrifice. Then I saw another angel ascend from the rising of the sun with the seal of the living God. And he called with a loud voice to the 4 angels who had been given power to harm earth and sea, saying, "Do not harm the earth or the sea or the trees till we have sealed the servants of our God upon their foreheads." And I heard the number of the sealed, 144,000, sealed out of every tribe of the sons of Israel, 12,000 sealed of the tribe of Judah, 12,000 of the tribe of Reuben, 12,000 of the tribe of Gad, 12,000 of the tribe of Asher, 12,000 of the tribe of Naphtali, 12,000 of the tribe of Manasseh, 12,000 of the tribe of Simeon, 12,000 of the tribe of Levi, 12,000 of the tribe of Issachar, 12,000 of the tribe of Zebulun, 12,000 of the tribe of Joseph, 12,000 sealed out of the tribe of Benjamin. Now there's several things happening here. You'll notice that at least one tribe is missing from the group, and you'll also notice that the number 12 times 12 times 1,000. Well, that's going to be the 12 disciples, the 12 tribes of Israel, multiplied by 1,000. And 1,000 here means a lot, or a bunch, or many. So 1,000 here is not a literal number. So 144,000 is representing the totality of the church here. Notice that it is including both the Jewish and the Christian aspects of the faith. Not one or the other, but both together. Again, back to the Johannine versus Pauline theology. And also notice that with the 44,000, you're missing the tribe of Dan. Now, there's a lot of reasons for this that are put out there. The 2 that I like is that one is that it's a literary choice to keep the number a perfect square. The other, or instead of it being a poetic choice, is the idea that some Christians believe that out of the tribe of Dan, the Antichrist will rise. Now, that is the most conspiratorial one, but apparently Irenaeus in Against Heresies wrote about it. I was looking for that quote, but I can't find my copy of Irenaeus. I know I have him around here somewhere. I just don't know where I put his book. After this I looked, and behold, a great multitude, which no man could number, from every nation, from all tribes and people and tongues, standing before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed in white robes and palm branches in their hands, and crying out with a loud voice, "Salvation belongs to our God, who sits upon the throne, and to the Lamb." Now, there's a lot there, but let me give you a few of the high notes that I really like. This is a direct reference to Maccabees. So when Protestants like to say there's no direct reference to the Apocrypha, which we call the Deuterocanonical books, yeah, there is. There is most definitely a direct reference. There's one right here. The other thing that's going on here is that the great multitude seem to be Christians, or people who believe in God and are on the side of good. Yet the great multitude are not necessarily the 144,000. So who is this other multitude? Who is this other group of God-fearing religious people? Is this a division again between Christian and Judaism? Or is this a return? It's something that ties into the previous passages that I just read, which is the idea that the lost tribes of Israel will return. Well, remember, these are types of history. These are histories that repeat themselves. There's an idea that all the lost Christianities will return. So this would come after all this was written. Again, types of history. So these kind of themes repeat themselves. The original 12 disciples all founded churches. And their students, the 70, are a really big deal in Orthodox Christianity, in Eastern Orthodoxy. So the idea here is that all the lost Christianities, all the Christianities that were destroyed under Islam will return. So you're going to get all 12 disciples and all the 12 tribes of Israel come back. So all the lost tribes will return. So not just Judaism, because Judaism we know about, but all of them, all the tribes of Israel will come back. And not just Catholicism, not just Roman Catholicism and Coptic Christianity and Orthodox Christianity, but all 12 churches that were founded by the disciples, all 12 original churches, all 12 original types of Christianity will become one once more, and they'll become one with Judaism. It's this beautiful idea of universalism. That's why Catholics call ourselves Catholics. It has to do with that. It has to do with this idea of, like, this encompasses all the faith. So here is all the faith, all the faithful worshiping the Lamb, Christ. Okay, continuing on. And all the angels stood round the throne and round the elders and the 4 living creatures. And they fell on their faces before the throne and worshipped God, saying, Amen, blessing and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving and honor and power and might be to our God forever and ever. Amen. And this is something we say at the end of our prayers in Christianity while doing the liturgy, similar to this. Then one of the elders addressed me, saying, Who are these clothed in white robes, and from where have they come? I said to him, Sir, you know. And he said to me, These are they who have come out of the great tribulation. They have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Now there's several interesting things here as well. The angel or the elder or whoever, whatever translation you're reading, turns to John and says, Hey, who are these people? And John's like, Why are you asking me? You're the one who knows. And then he explains to him. So that's kind of an interesting interplay here. Then you have the Great Tribulation being mentioned. So while it's not explicit elsewhere, it will be explicit later on. And that explicitness of the Great Tribulation ties into the explicitness of the innocent white robes. So as I said earlier, innocent white robes doesn't necessarily mean virginity or necessarily mean that you never sinned in your life. But that doesn't fit well with a later explanation of who the 144,000 are, as they will be explicitly said to be virgins. Virgin men, to be specific. So that's a very interesting turn that happens later on in Revelation. And what's that about? I don't know, but it's in here. And the robe is made white by the blood of the Lamb. Made pure, made innocent, made righteous, made right. So the shedding of the blood of martyrs will be made right. The clothing that people wear, that what people do will be made right. Their faith that they wear will be made right. And they will be dressed in purity. They will be dressed in innocence, dressed in righteousness, in glory. Therefore are they before the throne of God, and serve him day and night within his temple. And he who sits upon the throne will shelter them with his presence. They shall hunger no more, neither thirst any more. The sun shall not strike them, nor any scorching heat. For the Lamb in the midst of the throne will be their shepherd, and he will guide them to springs of living water, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Notice that the Lamb will be the shepherd. Not the shepherd will be the lamb will be the shepherd. There's just a lot going on here. This is very powerful stuff. This is very interesting stuff. Anyway, peace, like, and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this reading.